let's move on to the import, which is my personal favorite because it makes it really easy for me to create a lot of demo data for the demos that I do for videos on LinkedIn. But I would imagine that most people are not using it because they want to create demos for their own personal content. So
Yeah.
how does the importer work and what is it most useful for?
So HubSpot demos is definitely a niche use case of it. But you and a bunch of HubSpot sales reps do that very same thing. But the import is a beta feature that we have out right now. It's in public beta. I'm quite passionate about it. It essentially allows you to upload events and create or update contacts at the same time. Why would you use this? Why is it different than regular import? My sort of hot take is that there's a lot of things that we use the standard contact import for that are probably better off with an event import. I'll give you an example. If I am working with a vendor who I'm doing, let's say, direct mailers through, and they've sent me back the list of people that have engaged with the direct mailer, let's say, like when they responded to it, things like that. If I upload that as just a contact list, I might lose all of that metadata that I want to capture about the thing that that person actually did, right? What mailer did they fill out? How did they respond to the questions on the form? All of that sort of rich information, which drives better segmentation and ultimately better targeting, gets lost if you just upload the list of who did it, right? And that's kind of the beauty of event import. It allows you to upload not just who someone is, but also what they did that is making you upload them in the first place, right? It'll show up on the activity timeline. It's available as an event in segmentation and reporting. So it's a little bit of an extra boost on your standard contact import. I give that direct mail example. Any sort of like one-off lead activity, this is fantastic for. One of my other favorite use cases is actually backfilling data. There might be a lot of integrations that you have with other tools in your tech stack that don't quite work in the way that you want them to. A great example is like activities that you might be loading from Salesforce. If you want to use those in customer journey analytics, which requires them to be an event, this is a great way to kind of get that data in. It lets you backfill data from various systems across your tech stack and sort of get the data in the format that is usable for you.
Yeah, I think this solves a huge problem for especially marketing and how marketing ops folks work. I had a colleague who was in charge of like a gifting campaign. And this is a great use case for that to say, hey, did you send this person a gift? When did it get sent beyond? Or if you've sent multiple, again, this is an awesome place to say, okay, we've sent multiple gifts to this person. And then maybe say you send multiple gifts and then they convert on your demo form or whatever it is, right? At that point, you could even then count the number of gifts you sent of custom events that happened, whatever your case is, say, okay, now you can start looking at how many gifts or whatever does it take to get this person to convert.
Exactly. And it goes right back to that conversation about why are events not just properties on an object? And that's a perfect example of why, right? If you're doing something like tracking someone's engagement with something that you're sending them physically in the mail or virtually, and they do something multiple times, if you're using object properties to capture that, first of all, it's probably a hairy list of object properties. But second of all, you lose every piece of engagement that's happened in the past if you don't, like, once a new piece of engagement comes in. So that's why they're really perfect for things like that.